Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target to introduce a new concept. It's a new chapter. It's a new way of understanding profits, cost, and sales. Collectively, it is called cost, volume, profit analysis. So there are three major players in this concept. That is why chapter name is also cost, profit, volume analysis. To understand this concept or analysis, we are directly taking an example. Just consider yourself that you are a shopkeeper and you are selling any product. Suppose it can be books, it can be cement, it can be copies, it can be stationery, it can be fruits. So any product seller, make yourself as a shopkeeper. So I'm giving this example, apply this example exactly upon yourself. Suppose you are running a canteen and you are selling chips, Lays, maybe your favorite. If you are a shopkeeper and you are selling Lays, obviously you will buy these products from somewhere or from a wholesaler. You will keep these products at your canteen and then you will sell it. All right. So let's say you have bought 10 Lays packet of rupees 40 each. What we are selling? Let's say we are selling Lays, and the first thing you have noticed that bought how many units. We are just taking an example. Let's say 10 packs you have bought, and these 10 packs are having cost. Suppose per unit cost of each pack is 40 rupees. So here we have created an example and please follow it. You are a Lay's seller. You have bought 10 packs to resell them, and each pack having a cost of rupees 40. So it means what could be your total cost? How much total amount you had paid to buy these Lay's packets? Obviously, to calculate the total cost, we have discussed it in so many chapters, in so many subjects. Whenever you want to calculate total amount or total cost, what you will do, you will multiply units with what? Per unit. This is a very basic formula. In material chapter LIFO FIFO you have discussed it. Even in CGS you have discussed it. Whenever you will multiply units with per unit, you will calculate total cost or total amount. I am just willing to let you remind, as we have calculated per unit cost as well. So from that formula we have squeezed this. If you want to calculate per unit of any cost, what you do normally, you divide amount by its units. So hopefully you can understand we have this main formula, and from this formula you can understand it. Total amount or total cost, how you can calculate. Come over here, you can see units are divided on right side of is equal to. Units are divided on right side of is equal to, and you want to take these units to the left side of is equal to. So whatever is divided on right side, it would be multiplied on left side. So what you will get per unit, and these units when they will come on left side of your statement, it would be multiplied. Same you can see over here, we have written units multiplied by per unit. And this formula is absolutely same. There is nothing unique, there is nothing like a rocket science. Same formulas we are using. So here you want to calculate your total cost, how many units as a shopkeeper you have bought. You have an idea, 10 packs you have bought, and with 10 packs per unit, cost of each unit is 40. Cost of each unit was 40. So you will multiply 10 by 40, with which you will get your total cost, and that is 400. Actually, our topic is cost, volume, and profit analysis. So here we are just trying to understand all of these three elements at the same time. For that purpose, we have taken an example. You are a shopkeeper, you are selling Lays, you have bought 10 packs from wholesaler so that you can sell them to your clients or customers. You have bought these 10 packs with a cost of 40 rupees per pack. It means total amount you have spent is 400 rupees, and now you are going to sell. When you will sell all of the unit, it may be possible you have sold all units, half units, but here we are considering that all of the units you have sold out. And obviously you will sell these packets at a price which is over and above of your cost. Every shopkeeper has a willingness to sell his product for profit. So price will be fixed, which would be above and over of cost. Now cost of each packet was 40. Let's say you have decided to sell them 50 rupees. So here again, per unit sale price, you have decided it should be 50 rupees. You may make it 60, 70, whatever you want. And total units you have sold is, here we are supposing that all of the units have been sold out. It means those are 10 number of units you have sold. Now you want to calculate your total amount again, but now for sale. No matter if you are calculating total amount of cost or you are calculating total amount of sale, there is no difference of formula. Again, you will do the same thing. Here you will be multiplying units with per unit, but try to understand the difference. You have written over here units multiplied by per unit, and here you have used the same formula while calculating total cost. What you have done, units multiplied by per unit. But actually for this purpose you will have to understand, if you want to calculate total cost, you will take units, but per unit price would be per unit cost. All right, and now if you want to calculate your total amount of sales, you will have to have per unit what, per unit sale price. But in general the formula would not be changed. This is your per unit sale price, and we have already decided it that you have sold 10 units for 50 rupees as a sale price of each unit. In this way, if you want to calculate total amount you have received, would be units sold 50 and units sold 10, and each unit you have sold for rupees 50. This way you will be able to calculate your total amount of sales, and that is 500. Kindly consider my request. This is not a complicated procedure. This is not cost or management accounting. This is very simple procedure. This is very simple phenomena where we have calculated the simple things. Like we have calculated this cost. This is total cost which is incurring over here. And secondly, we have calculated total amount of sale which is written over here. Now if you are asked how much profit has been earned by you, or you are the shopkeeper, how much profit you have earned, what you will say, that total cost of the product was 400 and you have sold this product for 500. How much profit? As you know, in CGS we have discussed the very first thing in income statement, usually you do know, is sale. Then you subtract its cost with which you get the profit. Normally that profit is called gross profit. Here we are just writing simple. Total amount of sale, you have calculated all of the units were sold for rupees 50. It means 500 would be considered your total cost, total sale price. And cost was here 40 rupees per unit. You have bought those packs of lace. 400 was the total cost. And here it's time to calculate its profit. How you would calculate your profit? As you know, when you will subtract your cost from sale price, you will be able to calculate your profit. How much sale price was? 500. And how much cost is? That is 400. With this you have calculated your profit. I'm very hopeful that you have understood the phenomena. This was your cost. You have bought 10 packs of 40 each. Total cost is 400. You have sold all of the 10 packs for rupees 50 each. Therefore, you have got 500 rupees as your revenue. Total amount you have received after selling all packets of say lace is 500. Total cost of those packs was 400. In this way, you have got profit 100 rupees. Now come over our heading. Volume means how many number of units you are trading, how many number of units you have sold, how many number of units you have bought. Volume is the number of unit, and in our example, how many number of units we have bought? That was 10. So 10 would be considered the volume, and cost of these 10 units we have calculated over here. Total cost was calculated like 400. So here just consider 400 was the cost, and how much profit you have earned. It was calculated downward. You can see over here the profit was 100, as all lace units were sold for 500. Cost of all lace units was 400. In this way you have earned 100 rupees profit, and you can put this 100 rupees over here. So these are basic concept of our chapter, and we have taken a very simple example with which we can understand what is cost, what is volume, and what is profit. All right, and next few terminologies we will also be discussing. First is your fixed cost, and second is variable cost. In simple words, just consider if there is a cost and that cost is fixed, that cost is not going to be changed, that cost will remain same at any point of time. It would be fixed cost. For example, if you are working for 10 hours, you are coming over here in college, in university. If you are coming for 4 days, or you are coming for 5 days, or you are coming for full month, or you are working here for 4 hours, or you are working for 3 hours, or you are working for 8 hours, there are some sort of cost which will never be changed. In a factory, if there are 10 workers, suppose that those 10 workers are coming for 8 days, or they are coming for 30 days, or they are coming for single day, or even if they are not coming, the cost would be same. This would be called fixed cost. We have given you here we have discussed two examples. I have given you example of you as a student. When you are coming in your university, there will be a cost which will not be changed. If you are coming for 1 day or you are coming for 30 days, that cost would be same. So let me know what is that cost which would be fixed. Obviously you will say, if you are coming for 1 day or you are coming for 30 days, your cost of transportation would not be same, your cost of stationery would not be same. So let me know what is that cost which would never be changed. Even if you are not coming over here, you will have to bear that cost. And second example, what we have seen, if there is a factory and there are 10 workers, they are coming for 10 days, or they are coming for 20 days, or they are even not coming in the factory, even if it is closed for some days, even then that cost would be there, and that cost would not be changed with working or without working. So for both examples, we will be deciding our example. So fee structure for student. Fee structure for the student it would be same. What I have said, if you are coming for 1 day, or if you are coming for 30 days, or you are coming for 8 hours, or you are coming for 4 hours, or even if you are not coming, you will have to pay the same amount of fee. It means it is fixed cost. Fee structure for the student is fixed cost. In second example, what we have seen in a factory, if 10 workers are working, if they will work for 8 hours, if they will work for 0 hours, if they will work for 30 days, if they will be working for 10 days, there will be a cost which would be absolutely similar, and it would not going to be changed. Hopefully some of you have an idea which type of cost we are talking about. And now I'm giving you the right example, that is rent of that particular factory. Rent of factory building. Hopefully you can understand it. If factory is working for 30 days, if factory is working for 15 days, or even no working is present in any number of days, you will have to pay rent. A fixed amount of rent would be paid to the landowner, and landowner or the building owner has no idea if you are not working or you're working for 8 hours, 10 hours, or even if sometimes for 3-4 days your factory is closed. Your building owner has no concern about your working. He is concerned about the amount which he would be receiving as a rent. Rent would be a fixed type of cost. So the first thing we have understood is fixed cost, and secondly variable cost. Obviously some of you will say it is exactly opposite to the fixed cost. And when you will call a cost which is variable, if you are increasing your level of production, cost will change. If you are working for 8 hours, cost would be different than you are working for 2 hours. If you are uh, you can take same example of student and building as well. As a student, there are some expenses which are variable. When you will come for 4 days, cost will be different if you are coming for 8 days. Example we have already discussed, the transportation charges. Let's say if you are using a motorcycle, or you are using an auto to come over here, or you are using Cream or Uber. If you are a girl and you are using an auto through Cream, if you are coming for let's say 6 days a week, your cost would be different. And let's say if you have decided to come just for 3 days, your cost would be different. So variable cost, a cost which is not fixed, it would be increased if you will increase your production, if it would be decreased if you will decrease your level of production. As a student, what I have said, your transportation charges are to be considered as variable cost. Why? Transportation charges are your variable cost, and how have we decided it? If you will come for 1 day, your rickshaw charges or auto charges would be different if you are coming for 6 days. Obviously for each day you will have to pay more. Transportation charges for student is variable cost. But please try to understand, we are not be eligible to take examples of students. We are actually studying management accounting. Obviously the example related to factory would be more suitable. It was just to make you understood the difference between fixed cost and the variable cost. So rent of the factory building, if you are paying, is called fixed cost. And if transportation charges for the student, and same, let me know some of the expenses in factory building you are making, and they are variable. You can call it electricity charges. You can understand if you will work for 4 hours, The electricity bill would be different when you are working for 8 hours. If you are working for 15 days per month, electricity charges or electricity bill would be different if you are working for 20 days. So it means more you will work, more electricity charges. Less you will work, less you will use your plant and machineries, less would be the electricity bill. So it would be considered as variable cost. What we have discussed is what is profit, what is volume, what is cost. These were three basic concepts which we have discussed earlier, and later on we have discussed fixed cost and variable cost. Now let's proceed. There are a few other concepts as well. You have seen over here sale of your 10 Lays packet. Amount you have received was 500. Cost of 10 Lays packet was 400, and this was your profit. I am taking the same example and will be changing it according to our concept. Here I am taking the first element, which is sales. How you have calculated it? You will say we have multiplied units with per unit, and then you have calculated your cost. You have subtracted that cost, and how had you calculated that cost? Units multiplied by per unit, the same thing, and you have got the profit. And if we are adding one more thing, and that is fixed cost, which would also be a type of cost, and here I am going to change this cost and will write variable cost, and here we have written cost, which is fixed, and obviously you will say all sort of costs are subtracted to get exact profit. You will take sale at very first step. If you will subtract variable cost, you will get the profit, and if there is fixed cost as well, you will subtract that cost from the profit. Again, you will get the profit. And now we are going to differentiate both profits. This is your gross profit. Normally you call it gross profit, which comes at first stage, and then you calculate your net profit. Again, this profit which finally we have calculated would be called your net profit. In this chapter you may also be calling it your net margin. Just few vocabulary words we are increasing, and now the profit which you have calculated after subtracting variable cost from sale, we are changing its name, and you will now be calling it contribution margin. Though it is profit, but you will change its name, and now you will be calling it contribution margin. Still it's your profit, but you have changed its name. When you will subtract variable cost from sales, the profit which will you earn will be contribution margin, and this contribution margin is actually the gross profit. Okay, and then from contribution margin, if you will subtract your fixed cost, you will get net margin. This way your income statement would be completed. And what we have done, if 500 was total cost and your 500 was total revenue, 400 was your total cost, this way you have earned a profit. How much profit you have earned? That was 100. The line was required to be written over here. Let's take the line again. So profit you have earned is 100 rupees, which you will be writing over here. Suppose after 100 there was 20 rupees of cost which was fixed. Either you are selling 10 units or 12 units or 100 units, that cost is same. So we have taken examples of fixed costs as well. Finally, the profit you will earn is 80, and this would be called your net profit margin. So this income statement is according to cost profit volume analysis, and it is requested to you that please remind it. This is your first part of concept, and we are concluding today's lecture upon here. This is your income statement. We have already discussed several income statement. Right now we have just changed their names. Instead of gross profit, we are now calling it contribution margin, and instead of net profit, we will be calling it net margin. This is income statement as usual, but this statement is according to contribution margin. Alright, so now it is requested you can pause this lecture over here and just see these 3-4 headings. Though it's very simple, but since we are starting it as a new chapter, there are new words which are involved over here. So you are asked and requested to review it, and we will start after a short break the second part of concept of cost profit volume analysis. Here was our introduction for this chapter. The important thing which you will carry with yourself is how to make income statement through contribution margin, and this is basically the smallest way, smallest income statement you may have ever seen. So thank you very much for your time. It's enough for today, and after a short break we will be looking the second part of this conceptual study. So step by step we will choose, and what you will do, you will read the all read it all in full way and make your notes, and we will discuss it later on. Thank you very much for your time. Hopefully we are be meeting soon again. Allah Hafiz.